The CEO of NVIDIA just effectively confirmed his company is a bubble, and he didn't even realize he was doing it. While everyone is celebrating the $57 billion revenue beat and the $4.5 trillion valuation, a tiny detail buried in their financial report reveals a ticking time bomb that most of Wall Street is completely ignoring. And if you're rolling your eyes at this video thinking I'm just another hater, trust me, I'm not. I don't want NVIDIA to fall, because if NVIDIA falls, all of my personal AI investments also fall. So before you cancel me, at least listen until the end, and then you can leave a thumbs down if you find that the stated facts are incorrect. Jensen Huang keeps telling us we are in a virtuous cycle where demand for chips will be infinite. But the reality is, the biggest companies in the world, the ones actually paying NVIDIA's bills, are actively building the machine that will destroy NVIDIA's monopoly. And as soon as the big institutions see this writing on the wall, the sell-off won't just be a correction, it will be a decoupling. Today we are going to look at the math, the leaked engineering roadmaps from Google and Tesla, and the one efficiency breakthrough that proves why the AI factory narrative is about to crash. Before we dive in, just a reminder that this is not financial advice. This is my opinion based on the data. Let's start with the smoking gun in the Q3 earnings report. If you look past the headline number, you find something terrifying. NVIDIA disclosed that nearly 40% of their entire revenue comes from just two customers. They call them Customer A and Customer B. Think about that. Almost $22 billion in a single quarter came from two entities. We know who they are. It's widely believed to be Microsoft and Google. In any other business, if your two biggest customers were responsible for nearly half your income, you would be sweating. But it's worse than that. These aren't just customers. They are the most well-capitalized competitors in human history, and they are tired of paying the NVIDIA tax. NVIDIA is currently bragging about 73% gross margins. That means for every dollar Google spends on a chip, 73 cents is pure profit for NVIDIA. In capitalism, a margin that high is basically a bounty on your head. It screams to Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Sundar Pichai, please come and disrupt me. And that is exactly what is happening. This is where the bubble pops. Vertical integration. Let's look at Google. They aren't just buying NVIDIA chips, they are building the exit ramp. Google has been quietly perfecting their TPU, or Tensor Processing Unit. The data shows that for specific AI workloads, Google's new custom silicon is up to 2 to 4 times more cost efficient in key workloads per benchmarks. Why? Because NVIDIA chips are generalists. They are designed to do everything: graphics, crypto, physics, and AI. That makes them flexible, but it also makes them inefficient. Google's chips are ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits. They strip out all the junk they don't need. Google is even going a step further with their Axion processor, cutting NVIDIA out of the CPU market entirely. When Google switches their internal search, YouTube, and Gemini workloads entirely to their own chips, which they are already doing, NVIDIA doesn't just lose a customer. They lose the single largest compute workload on the planet. I want to know what you think about this. Do you think Google can actually pull off abandoning NVIDIA, or is their software lead too strong? Let me know in the comments, because the software argument is actually where this gets even crazier. NVIDIA bulls argue CUDA's dev tools create lock-in, but with PyTorch and JAX rising, even that's eroding. While Google attacks the hardware side, a Chinese lab called Deepseek just shattered the economic argument for buying NVIDIA at all. For the last 2 years, the bull case for NVIDIA has been, models are getting bigger, so we need more chips forever. Deepseek just proved that wrong. They released a model that rivals GPT-4, but they trained it for a reported GPU compute cost of just $5.6 million using roughly 2,000 older chips. Compare that to Meta, who spent nearly $100 million and used 16,000 H100s to train Llama 3. This is called algorithmic efficiency. It's deflationary. If we can get smarter AI using 95% less compute, the demand for $30,000 GPUs doesn't go up exponentially, it collapses. Even Elon Musk is saying the quiet part out loud. He publicly stated that Tesla's new AI5 inference chip will deliver comparable performance to NVIDIA's Blackwell, but at 1/10 of the cost and 1/3 of the power. Musk said he dreams about chips, and his dream is clearly a nightmare for NVIDIA's margins. This brings us to the Great Decoupling. The market currently believes that as AI grows, NVIDIA must grow. But the reality is that companies are vertically integrating to become more efficient. The NVIDIA tax of 73% is unsustainable. The moment the big institutions realize that Google, Tesla, and Amazon don't need NVIDIA to run their AI empires, the valuation multiple will collapse. NVIDIA is selling shovels in a gold rush where the miners just figured out how to build their own excavators for free. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on AI news, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.